Hey, it's John-Marc and welcome to today's lesson on Watch Me How to Draw Cartoons. So today we're going to be working on a stylized tree. So if you're ready to have fun and change your style or technique, this lesson will be perfect for you. So let's begin. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to create like a basic shape for the tree right now. And here's the tree trunk, the basic structure. Again, I'm starting off very rough and building the shapes. As you can see here, the first thing I did is just looked at the shape, and then I'm just adding pieces and elements. And when you're doing this yourself, if it's not 100% the same, it's okay. You can change it to your style. And the reason I'm really showing you this tree with another 8 trees like this to follow, stylized trees, is to change techniques. You don't always want to have the similar style every time. You want to learn to be able to draw other styles. It's something very useful when you need to have a project or even get a job. So let's get back to the particular study that we're working on with this little tree. So as you can see, I have the basic shapes and I'm going very rough. This is not the perfect that I'd like to have it, and later on you'll see the next final steps to it. And within these little rough sketches I'm doing right now, you can still come back and change it whenever. You don't even need to erase it. You can just change it whenever, since I'm using a blue pencil. And there from after that, I'm going to actually use a traditional lead. So there we go. I have the basic shapes that I'm adding in there. And this is just like tree leaves and branches. So you're not seeing the shape of the leaf. It's going to be like a little bit darker. The smaller objects in the middle are darker. And the ones next to is a little lighter. And then the big ones that I did in the very beginning are super light green. That's just a visual that I have in my head right now. Doesn't mean it's perfect, because you can also change it to the season. Is it a fall tree or a spring tree? Of course, if it's winter, you wouldn't see anything. No leaves on there, just the branches. So as you can see, the basic shape. And right now, I didn't rotate this entire project, but soon I will be doing that. Here we go. I'm making it easier for my hand to get to the position that I feel comfortable to get that line nice and smooth. When I'm sketching, it's okay the way that I had in the very beginning, because I don't have to worry about it being so perfect. And now I'm just getting a little bit tighter, seeing the actual details that I might want to follow or not follow, or even change. So this area here, this can be the spot where I could change. I could have changed this to maybe two loops instead of a one loop. And there we go, on the bottom it there. Let's get turning a little bit around and get that top part again. And if you want to, if you want to create this yourself, it's great, and stylize it. It's your technique, and you could color it in different methods. I would say, hey, try to color with colored pencils and watercolors, 2 different methods. And if you wanted to try even digitize it on your computer, and then color on the computer, then you can have a slew of different techniques and brushes on there as well. Getting a little bit around that big area for the bottom branch. Likewise, let's get the shape of the tree. As you can see here, what I first did is these 3 basic shapes, but they're not supposed to be connecting all the way in the middle. So it kind of looks like an upside down arrow. That's the way it should be looking right now. So those 2 inner lines that I have in there, I'm not going to erase or whatsoever, because this is just a sketch. Don't need to. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Let's finish this bottom one right here. And when this is pretty much done, then I can start to change it to the lead and finish it up from there. Alright, let's get the curve. As you can see, I go back and forth with my pencil. And I'm using a Wacom pencil, so the more pressure I put, the heavier it is. The less pressure, the much lighter it is. There we go. That's a good sweep. And that's the reason why I like to rotate my paper. If this particular angle feels very comfortable for my arm and my hand, so I can get a nice clean line that I feel. Let's get that branch in there. And this one right here. So sometimes the branches could be in front of the tree or behind it. All right, let's move it over here. Let's finish this one. Oh, sorry about that. A little bit too fast of rotation. I gotta get that last branch. All right. Let's work on the basic tree right now, where the leaves would be. These would be the leaves, okay? That's the stylized version right there. And this one would be a little darker. The little one, again, would be very dark green. And the one that is in the middle, that would be kind of like a light green. And the bigger one behind it, once again, would be a lighter green. So this area here would be a medium green. Or if it's fall time, it could be like a nice amber. Alright, you can even airbrush or have gradation in there too, kind of give it a different technique. And turn that arch there, there we go. Let's get the bottom one down here. Very simple. Trees are very fun and simple. So when you look at some of the trees, you might see different shapes and everything. So keep an eye, because I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the 8 other different trees that you could actually be doing. A little different style, not so much technique. Very, very simple. These are going to be very simple styles. Again, this could be stuff for like kids books, for storybooks, or for some type of a TV show, whatever for the matter. But this is just a very simple sketch. This is not perfect in any which way. Again, I'm not spending a lot of time on this, because when you're showing to a client, you don't want to spend that much time in the very beginning when you're creating a new style guide for them. But if this was the style that they did choose, I would probably go a little slower and spend a lot more time with the drawing than how much I'm doing right now. This is just to share with you. So you're not going to be spending like a good 15 to 20 minutes on making sure everything looks nice and superly clean. But even so, this still could be functional to be bringing to Illustrator and inking in, or even coloring in for Photoshop. All right, so I'm just going to shade in some of the areas a little different. As you can see, my little speed lines that I'm just doing, the spacing in between kind of gives you if it's super dark or a little lighter, and the tone. I've got like the branches. So these are all the tree elements. That's the branches, and the middle one is the tree trunk. There we go. So let's color in the next area. Those are going to be the darker areas of the tree leaves. This is the tree leaves right now, a little darker. So I'm making them a little bit closer to give you that a little darker gray when they're a little bit closer. Let's get the big one over here. Same thing. Let's try to keep them similar to the others. And they're just quick speed lines. Not too worried about if they go falling inside the shape or not right now. It's okay. Now the next area is going to be more lighter. As you can see, they're further apart what I did. A little further apart. Now it kind of gives you a little gray, but it's actually not as many in between, so it's not as dark. And likewise with this last one right here. There, let's get the bottom there. Let's get down the side right there. I think that looks good there. All right. Now let's just do something on the bottom. Let's add some like a ground coverage, so you can actually see some quick little grass here, and the rest on the other side, and some flowers. Well, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. As always, make sure you check a look at all my other videos, because I have some different techniques and styles. And I really appreciate you to subscribe and make some comments, and I'll love to answer them. As always, thanks for watching this video, and have a great day.